You're invited on a tour of 4 of the most beautiful homes ever built. First, we'll see a showcase design home in Pasadena, where every room is like another world.
I really went to this Moroccan Marrakesh feel.
Then, we're off to Beverly Hills to see an Italian-inspired masterpiece in the sky.
You cannot help but be struck by the view.
After that, we'll visit a rustic Tuscan villa in West Hollywood.
Notice the most beautiful mosaic work on the flooring.
And then we'll round off the tour with Spanish-style renovation in Holmby Hills.
This particular property is right next door to the Playboy Mansion.
It's all coming up on Beautiful Homes. Each year, the Pasadena Showcase House for the Arts chooses one historic home in their community for a complete and total restoration.
The Pasadena Showcase House of Design was started as a fundraiser for the Pasadena Showcase House for the Arts in 1964. We now are producing our 47th Pasadena Showcase House.
And they found their muse in this 1920s estate designed by celebrity architect Paul Williams.
We have 25 designers, and this year I would say maybe half the designers are new designers to showcase.
Each designer was given absolute creative freedom to redesign one room into something unforgettable.
I chose the Gentleman's Lounge because it was one of the 3 prettiest rooms to me in the house. I wanted a sort of twist of French deco, classic modern. I wanted it very clean lined, but at the same time opulent and decorated.
The great room is truly at the height of fashion.
The room really evolves around a collection of fabrics that provide the color story for the space. The fabrics were designed by the fashion designer Isaac Mizrahi. It was a spectacular room. It's a palatial scale and beautiful detailing. Paneled and beamed wooden ceiling and hand-carved wood and limestone fireplace.
I was attracted to the dining room because I feel as though there's so many architecturally interesting elements. The big furniture pieces are dark, black, heavy, and all the fabrics are light, and the silver, the crystal, and the china are all very formal. I did have a custom chandelier and sconces designed for the space that are more modern and simple and clean, because I didn't want any chandelier that was going to fight with the look of the ceiling.
The original kitchen had to endure a complete makeover.
Back in the 20s, the kitchens were mostly used just by the staff. So one of the challenges was to try and open up that space to make it more functional, but at the same time keeping the integrity of the original layout of the kitchen. And that also allowed us to add the little breakfast island in the center there and make it look like it was always there.
The ladies' study is almost a 15-foot square room with 11-foot high ceilings. And it has a wonderful relief detail at the ceiling that is original. The ceiling is actually a mural that's painted on a canvas. It's a unique painting. It moves around the room. No one corner is repeated.
Each bedroom was given its own vibrant personality. You've got the Moroccan suite.
It has so many good details to it. It has these arches, and the fact that I have the bay window that centers over the front of the house. I really went to this Moroccan Marrakesh feel. It's just playful, and when you walk in, it's truly a surprise to your eyes.
There's also an ethereal guest room.
When I walked in and saw the room, I was so excited to see the views and the light that was coming in, the character of the room, the arches and the architectural integrity. I just had the sense of being in the woods and kind of being lost in this sort of magical, almost sort of fairy tale kind of space. And it was really important to try to recreate that feel and that sense inside the room.
And finally, a cottage-inspired master.
It's a small, lovely, charming room on the second floor of the house. And it was an intimate sort of country house. Everything we did sort of reflects the classical lines of what the house is all about and what it would have been in that period of time. We think good design is to walk into a room and not know why you like it, but you love it for some reason.
Even the guest house got a facelift.
The Pasadena Showcase House of Design has chosen our company this year to do the guest cottage, which is about 100 feet back from the main house. There are a lot of interesting handmade wallpapers. There are some stone and tile patterns that are very intricate, kind of trendy, that are very eye-catching, as well as all of the fabrics and textures.
The beadboard ceiling in the great room is actually about the only thing that was original that we reused. Everything else is new. Flooring, all the stone, the cabinet, the 2 fireplaces, everything.
We just really wanted it to be a plethora of different things, so anybody could come down here and see something that they can relate to.
Exterior design is just as important as interior design. You've got to love this backyard.
Our space is called the Stream Crossing, and when we first walked onto the property, we were instantly drawn to that location because of the beautiful oak trees, the natural stream crossing.
It was originally like a transitional space, but we decided to pull our design experience and create a water feature with a pond and create 2 maybe separate areas that people could sit and kind of enjoy the space, look at it from different angles, and then try to create a little more of the softness by adding certain landscaping materials.
It's just so soothing under the oak trees with the water. I think the overall ambience of our space would be relaxing retreat.
Charming, exotic, and everything in between. The Pasadena Showcase House of Design is the perfect palette for interior designers.
Instead of just a house tour, this is a showcase experience this year. It truly is magical.
Our next home is an old-world villa, complete with old-world antiques.
The great room is anchored by a 17th century reclaimed stone mantel.
And the views are unforgettable.
The overall effect is incredible, where you feel as though you're on top of the world.
If you want a home with the absolute best views of LA in every direction, then you've got to build a home at the very top of Beverly Hills.
This estate is a 5-bedroom, 9-bath home. Sits on an acre, 7,500 square feet. In addition to that, it's got a guest house. It really is one of the few properties in town that's really private. And on top of being private, it's very quiet.
Welcome to Beverly Hills Sky Villa. Yeah, it's lonely at the top, but that's only because there's no next-door neighbors in sight.
The property is located on a private knoll in Beverly Hills in a celebrity enclave that overlooks the Pacific Ocean and the city below. The property is a classic Tuscan estate designed by William Hefner, and my goal was to add the old world elements that you would find in an estate that's 100+ years old. What we've tried to do with the property is really have a magical, romantic sort of experience through every patio or veranda in the property. You cannot help but be struck by the view. It's on a bluff, and thus you get views from every room in the house. The overall effect is incredible, where you feel as though you're on top of the world.
You'd be on top of the world, too, if your house looked like this.
You'll notice the fresco in gold leaf and hand-stenciled painting with the leaves and flowers that are indigenous to the property.
The great room doesn't just look old world, it is old world.
The great room is anchored by a 17th century reclaimed stone mantel, one of a pair that was reclaimed from Cyprus and assembled for the property. The kitchen of the home is the center of the home. It really is a place where a family can entertain, where guests can come and feel comfortable and enjoy everything that a kitchen should be.
You've got the kitchen that extends into the family room with big couches, and then you have French doors that open up to this large terrace, and it's very seamless between the indoors and the outdoors.
Now this is a formal dining room.
The centerpiece of the dining room is a hand-wrought iron chandelier with Brazilian rock crystals. You get the balance of luxe, feminine, romantic, but with this rustic framework.
Compared to the rest of the home, this master bedroom is understated.
We wanted to create an environment that had a feeling of old Havana meets southern France.
But who needs to make a statement when you have a view like this?
The views are amazing. It's positioned perfectly on the property. You can spend an amazing amount of time in this particular part of the home.
There's a stunning his and her master bath.
What's really outstanding with the his and her bathrooms is both of them have these large entrances. His is very masculine. It's got all dark, rich tones, very clubby. Hers is onyx and marble, and it's got a fireplace and a spa tub, and it's super feminine. It's where you have your own peace and inner sanctum.
Visitors have a choice of accommodations. They can stay in the guest suites, at the guest house, or in the gatehouse.
The gatehouse almost has a Tuscan farmhouse feel to it. It's a wonderful place for guests to stay. Plenty of space for guests to enjoy themselves for a weekend or longer.
And there's plenty of things to enjoy at this estate. Inside, there's a wine cellar and a movie theater.
It's really over the top, and it's got velvet couches, and it's all red, and it's just a great place to just hang out and have a good time.
And outside, there's a party deck.
One of the unique aspects to this property is the party deck. It's designed to be an outdoor living space that allows the family to spend the entire day there. From the ability to cook, have the commercial grill, have the entertainment system, the integrated sound system, the fountains, the putting green, the pool table. It really is a party deck. The pool is nicknamed the Sky Pool because it's literally on top of the world and on top of the city and the Pacific Ocean below.
Rustic, majestic, and magical. This villa in the sky is a sight to behold.
I think the name Beverly Hills Sky Villa represents the property well, from the knoll that it's situated on, the classic Tuscan style, and certainly when you get to the pool and you feel like you're at the top of the world.
Our next home brings Italy to LA.
You feel like you have entered in another world. There is a fountain that was brought here from Italy. I was told it's hundreds of.
This Oriole Drive estate is known for its coveted views. It's in West Hollywood, among the famous Bird Streets, a neighborhood where every home has a bird's eye view of the city.
This property is located in a celebrity enclave, and it's up north of Sunset Boulevard. And it overlooks fabulous views from downtown all the way to the ocean. It's slightly over an acre, approximately over 9,600 square feet in the home itself. It's a home that attracts people who want glamour and beauty at the same time without overdoing it. The person who built this home, he had this dream to have a home that's an authentic Tuscan villa. The whole courtyard is pebble stone. In the middle, there is a fountain that was brought here from Italy. I was told it's hundreds of years old. You feel like you have entered in another world. You feel like you're in Tuscany.
And that old world theme is carried inside.
When you first enter, it is very impressive because of the double high ceilings and all the natural stonework. You can see all the way through the glass doors to the views and the beautiful grassy area outside. As you enter the living room, you will notice the fireplace, which is amazing. It's a huge mantle that was brought from Europe.
And check out this dining room. Its circular shape allows for more amazing views.
The chandelier is an antique with real candles. It's just one of a kind. I have not seen it in any other home. You will enter a brick archway that takes you into the kitchen. It's a chef's dream to have a kitchen like that. It has that pizza oven, which really works very well.
And the kitchen's open concept works very well, too.
Which all opens to the family room. It's an area that people would use mostly because of its warmth and beauty. The guest bedroom has the bed situated where you can see the outdoors, enjoy the beautiful scenery of trees and greenery.
The master suite feels like it's in its own private world.
The master suite is a separate wing which has its own privacy and the feeling of a retreat. It has the high ceilings and the fireplace, which add to its romantic and vacation-like feeling. And all the doors open out to the views. To the right, you will exit to the outdoor loggia with a fireplace and 3 arched open windows. Once you enter the master bathroom, you will notice the most beautiful mosaic work on the flooring. The shower extends from one end to the other, and it's all marble from the floor to the ceiling, beautiful marble. The master bathroom is just magnificent.
All the fun is located on the lower level. There's a theater.
On the walls, they have beautiful silk wall coverings and maple wood. It was designed to look like a real theater.
There's a wine cellar.
The wine cellar has a dome ceiling, all inlaid with brick to give it that old, authentic feeling.
And a billiards room.
And the billiard room also has this beautiful built-in armoire, all hand-carved wood that is amazing. As you step outside, you will notice the entertainer's paradise. The pool itself is lined with all limestone tile. And then beyond that is the loggia, where you have a built-in barbecue, a wood-burning fireplace, and domed ceiling designed with used bricks, which gives it an old, authentic feeling.
Romantic, elegant, with spectacular views. That's why everyone wants to live in the Bird Streets area of LA.
This is the most beautiful Tuscan villa ever built in Los Angeles, and that's what makes this a beautiful home.
Our next home truly knows how to make an entrance.
Your eye takes you up to a very unusual finish. The dome with hand-cut stone and lighting, which is really emotionally breathtaking.
Built in the 1930s and recently renovated, this 8,000 square foot estate fuses classic Hollywood architecture with modern LA living.
This home sits on approximately 1.5 acres, and it's behind gates, very private. It has a 1-story villa, but unlike most properties, this is a compound. You have 3 individual dwellings on the property. This property is located in the famous Beverly Hills area, which is centrally located between Beverly Hills and Century City and Los Angeles.
This particular property is right next door to the Playboy Mansion. Michael Jackson lived across the way, so there's just been a number of very high-profile celebrities in the area. The architecture of the home is a melding of contemporary elements with the antique Spanish tradition that the home was originally built in the 1930s. There's a beautiful iron overhang, glass, steel frame door, all these things that are these elements that you see on contemporary structures.
But wait until you see what they did inside.
As you walk through the glass doors into the foyer, your eye takes you up to a very unusual finish, which is a dome with hand-cut stone and lighting, which is really emotionally breathtaking.
This dining room is sure to take your breath away.
The dining room opens up with 2 oversized wood doors. And to the right of the dining room, you have these espresso wood doors highlighted in glass that overlook the courtyard with the patio, with water fountain and fire feature.
The modern kitchen is definitely not what you'd expect to see in an 80-year-old home.
In the kitchen, that was where we wanted a very contemporary feel. The client wanted to have glass cabinets. We brought in really fun Murano glass light fixtures and a pretty turquoise color on the bar stools.
As you enter into the breakfast room, you walk through doors. You have vaulted ceilings that are soaring and a beautiful fireplace. The living room has a casualness to it, but yet it's formal.
Once you get past the barreled ceilings and we have the contemporary fireplace, you open these very grand French doors. It brings you right back down to this very intimate little setting.
And check out this master bedroom. It's not only hip, but a lot of fun too.
In terms of design, the main thing we were looking to do is to create like a serene space for our clients. We wanted the fireplace to be the focal point, and so we chose a white onyx. And instead of having a split focus with the television, we put the television within the onyx.
As you walk into the secondary master, your eye sees a beautiful fireplace and straight ahead expansive lawns, which offer privacy and tranquility. The beauty about this property is how it embraces the land that it sits on. Every area has a patio, an area for alfresco dining, and there's always a place to sit and look at Mother Nature. It has meandering pathways where you can walk, where you feel like you're in a forest with mature, towering trees above you, and a feeling of tranquility and peacefulness comes to you.
Serene, intimate, and chic. This classic home is one of a kind.
What makes this a beautiful home is that it's a large property, especially for being in the center of Los Angeles. I don't think you ever lose the feel of it also being a beautiful home. It's much more of a comfortable home on a very grand scale.
We hope you've enjoyed the views, the designs, and the decor.